Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Forgiveness Frequency. Today is our Metamorphosis Mondays, and I was told to take it outside, to come outside, to sit within the birds. Our crows have been here, and the evolution of our crows is that the crow that has been showing up for the last 3 weeks now is a mama crow, and that they decided to have their home base and to have their babies in a tree in our backyard. And that is why this crow doesn't leave in the at night and come in the mornings. It's not part of our morning birds and our sunset birds, that it has made its home base because of the babies that it had. And I'd never seen a crow baby before, and I've been able to watch this mama crow bring the food in and out. You can hear the babies chirp. And just recently, yesterday, she flew out of the tree with a baby. And that was pretty special. The dad bird, the masculine bird, is also here in protection. So our entire yard has been protected over the last 3 to 4 weeks as we've had these crow chronicles and all of the messages that are coming through from the crows. And as I came out here for this and just following the intuitive message that was received, I came out to noise. Neighbors are doing yard work. I hear the crows. The squirrels are making a lot of noise. And it didn't bring, in a sense, peace as I sat here. And the message was, you determine your vibration and your frequency. And just like the message that came through last week about staying in the frequency of joy, those noises, those interruptions, it may be interruptions, it's up to you to choose. They are actually a symphony of the earth. And when you bring them and combine them all together, whether it's children playing in the next yard, you may be here splashing because it's pool season and we have a lot of pools around us, in addition to the buzz of the bees. Everything is a buzz when we are in this season of evolution and evolvement. So as we tap into the Metamorphosis Monday today in our powwow, it was about the daily rituals that we have put into place that have been intuitively guided over the course of this year. Ever since January, there's been new step to new step to new step. And what it is not only for the metamorphosis of menopause, this is a metamorphosis of the collective. And that though it's vital that the divine feminine and the womb wisdom and the crones that are coming, that are being called into service, that is why there is such a massive awakening and rise up within the perimenopause, premenopause, menopause, but within the collective, is that all of these divine women are being called into service, into womb wisdom, into crone wisdom. We have the holy hair healers that have come through since we've started this in March, and they're all bringing forth their messages, in addition to the crow, that this is a collective of women that the information needed for them, the remembrance that's needed, is you find it from within. And that we're bringing this out now is because the rise up is called for. It's the feminine rise up, and the womb wisdom that each and every one of you hold within you is critical to our entire collective ascension. So that's where there are so many, and there's been beautiful women who have created groups, and they are just blossoming. And it's the We Do Not Care Club on TikTok. And it was, when I first heard about it, it may seem passive to some. And I think a lot probably to our husbands or spouses or partners that are supporting the divine feminine. But it's not like we do not care in just a way of letting it all go. It's we are changing in a way that we the things that brought us joy before are no longer driving our forward, that we do not care. There's a lot of things that we don't care about anymore, that no longer serve a purpose in our lives. And that's why we are bringing this information is being brought forth, and these communities are coming together to really stand in unity of sovereignty, of freedom, that to talk about, to make what was taboo brought forth and make it a constant conversation. And I have to tell you, since this started for me, my husband's been sending me TikToks to help me to try and understand what's going on. And here we have this beautiful group that was created that is has already brought forth almost 1 million followers into this club of women who are peri, menopause or post-menopause, or just the female in general. And then also their spouses that are learning from it. And maybe a couple months ago, my daughter had called and asked if I was going through all these symptoms, because her and her friend, they're in their 20s, her roommate, and they are watching their mothers go through it. And they're asking questions like, why were we never told about this? I was never told about it. It wasn't something that was necessarily talked about. So our mothers, and mothers, they went through this too, but the information wasn't brought forth. They did it individually and without a support system. And here we are in the age of community, in the age of collectiveness, that we now have that, and the information is being remembered and it's being brought forth of different symptoms and how you're dealing with them. And as I asked about what this would be, what this week's message is, and it came back to the daily rituals. And this is for everyone, and especially for those that are in their metamorphosis of menopause. And the daily rituals that have come through it's really about the fascia. And the fascia is this weaved network that runs through all of our systems, through our tissues, through our surrounding our bones. But it is a system of energy, and the fascia holds vibrations and frequencies and emotions. So really working and understanding the fascia, which also connects to regulating our nervous system and the lymph node system, the lymphatic system. All of these are really critical into bringing into our lives, in addition to what we are eating. And I was brought through the daily rituals of that. All of these pops of color have led me intuitively to create, whether it be soups during my cycles or what would have been my cycles, or clarity chai, blending all of these herbs and spices and Ayurvedic medicines within it, adaptogens in it, and not knowing why. But then now, as I have this bird's eye view to what has transpired over the last year, I can see now why I was guided to these things. And so the daily rituals are really being brought in, and that is, you have to fill your own cup before you can fill anyone else's. So first thing in the morning with our barefoot walks, we've been asked to add, before we open our channel, before we open our pillar of light, we are asked to do the lymphatic draining. And it's very reverent, it's very gentle, but I was giving 8 spots of touch, of connection for the lymphatic. And there is a core 6 that I found since I've received this. But it's just, first thing, you stand barefoot on the grass. You are receiving in the sunrise of the gamma rays and all of the extra karmic energy that's coming with those. Before, I would just stand in gratitude. I would give gratitude, boomerang out gratitude for waking up, for the level of if I was in pain, if I'm in pain, I will register and really speak to all the things that bring me to that moment of standing barefoot on the grass when I wasn't able to do that just a few years ago. And we have been barefoot since 2021. But prior to that, I could barely take the steps or stairs to get myself to the grass. And your body cannot hold inflammation in a body that's energetically grounded. We would do it for pain. We would wake up in pain. We would stand on the grass, stand in gratitude. The pain would lower. And then since then, we have been able to really layer on all of these different additions to that. But we start with gratitude, just pouring deeply the gratitude for that moment of being here now. And then we get to expand. So I want to walk you through the lymphatic drainage that I have given. My hands are dead in the morning, so this may be slower for me than it will for most people. But you start with just very gentle, just rubs and pulls and taps right into the V right here. And you just kind of do that on either side, starting with the left side, always with the divine feminine. And then you move up. So once you've done both sides, just small, gentle, your lymph nodes are just right underneath the skin. But this also awakens your fascia system. And then you go under the ears, and you want to pull everything down into the heart. So just very gently awakening. They call this up here is the trash can. So very gently awakening the trash can. You can move your ears. The ears have connections to all the organs in the body. So really your ears, your hands, and your feet. And when you're working your fascia, you're working from your hands, your feet up, your hands in, and your neck down. So we're really working two systems at once. If your hands are clean, then I suggest with clean hands, but then you just really massage your whole face, just very gently pulling that energy down into the throat, opening this up. I do a little tapping, just kind of opening up the thalamus gland, just opening up this area. The third section, so we have 1, 2, is under the armpit. So very gently, just massaging, pulling that energy, pulling that into the heart, and doing that from the left side to the right side. And once you've just kind of just opened that up very gently, it's really just a beautiful just kind of touch and caress of your body. You're bringing that into the heart. Then you're going to go down right below the heart and just gently rub. I call it the Iron Man light. Rub just very gently with the tips of your fingers along your whole stomach. Bring yourself down to the crease of your pelvic bones and really just gently massage the crease of it. And then you're going to wrap your hands around the backside, and you're just going to rub the adrenal glands, you want to rub all of that up. So you're just kind of taking your fingers on the backside of right where your spine is and your hips meet, just rubbing that all the way, just pushing that energy up, opening up those lymph nodes and the adrenal glands. And then you go down to the knees and the very back of the knees, just gently massage and open up, you want to just kind of gently move that energy up towards the heart. And then at the bottom of your ankles, right at the top of your ankle, right before the ankle, on either side of the leg, there is an acupressure point and some lymph nodes there. And that's just rubbing both sides. So you just take your hands on either side of your ankles, front or back, and you just kind of rub those sides. And that right there has then opened up your lymphatic system. And that's when then you move to a somatic shake. So you just shake it all out. Shake as much as you can. Shake your hands, shake your legs. You want to now get that lymphatic system draining. And you may have yawning, you may have swallowing, like you have a lot of saliva building. That is just showing that your lymphatic system is starting its draining process, and it's alive, it's awakened. And then as you as you pull that energy and just start to shake it as much as you can shake your body. You probably can be a little bit more aggressive than me, but you really just want to get the somatic shaking in. Do as much as you can with your hands and your feet. And once you've done that, then you move on to awakening your fascia. And when you awaken your fascia, the weave of web that's weaving it all together, you start with your feet. So you start with your feet up, your hands in, and your neck down. And every time you work on your feet, you will feel it in the neck, in the head. You will feel that energy start to run, especially in the shoulders. I always I'll work my feet and I can feel it in the shoulders, and then I'll move to the shoulders, and then I'll move that energy back down to the feet. So taking your feet and just opening them up, just opening your toes and stretching them back. So in my barefoot spot on the edge of it, because my feet are imprinted in it, I'll just take my toes and set those on the edge of it and just stretch your toes out. And then take your toes and stretch them under using the grass or the ground or your hand. Take it and just stretching that toes, stretching that top of the foot, stretching the bottom of the foot. And then you'll move on to rotating your ankles, rotating them 8 going out clockwise, 8 and 8 counterclockwise. And you're just opening up, and that kind of the energetics of the fascia system. And then you may feel like you can then move to your ankles and your calves, really finding a stretch that works for you. I call it flex stretching. I go and work it until I find a comfortable stretch, and then I'll just lean into that. And then I'll do the same thing for the next leg. And it's not a particular movement or motion. I just want to find the right stretch for the calf, and find that right stretch for the leg. And it's not deep stretches. These are just light stretches to open up the fascia and awaken it. And once you've kind of gone and you can feel it, you feel that pull and energy in your hips, then you move to the hands. And the hands I can show you, and I will tag the beautiful woman who helped bring this. It was just a pop of color that brought me here. So for the hands, and again, my hands are dead in the morning, so this has been really helpful to bring circulation. But you start by just tapping the wrist. And then these are 4 counts of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you just go for the palm, just kind of pumping into the palm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll shake it out, just because I'll start to build pressure in my cervical column and spine, and my spinal drain usually has already started to begin by now. And then when you bring your chin down as far as you can to your chest, you'll feel that energy in the fascia start to release in the neck. So go as slow as you need. Give yourself the breaks in between to really set yourself so you're not putting too much tension on your shoulders. You're not tensing anything up. You're just bringing this energy and awakening the fascia. And feel that energy run down the spine. And then you're back to the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, make sure that your shoulders stay down. There's no tension, releasing any tension that may have built. And you don't want to continue to go if you're feeling tension. You want to make sure that you release the tension before you start the next exercise. So it's, again, just do what you can for as long as you can. This is going to be another 4 count, just stretching the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the shoulders, drop them down, bring the neck down. Feel that energy pull through the wing center, the shoulder blades. And the next one, you're just bringing your hands together, and you can feel it just right in those creases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake it out if you need to. Just make sure there's no tension or pull in the spinal column or shoulders. And then my light language will tell me if I'm able to go for the next one. And then you're just going to do kind of your bird. You're just connecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch. I'm going to just give my neck a little extra. You can shake out your hands. And then we're going to move to clapping, slapping. You're just slapping the back of them. You'll do each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can feel just the life force energy running through you. Your lymph nodes are open, so they're able to really drain. You're bringing and you're moving that energy, and you're awakening the fascia. And so I would then go down to your feet. I would rotate your ankles just to see, and you'll feel that a tension has already built in those areas. When you're releasing the hands, you'll feel it in the feet. When you're releasing the feet, you'll feel it in the hands. So as you're working them all, you are releasing it. So then all of your limbs are not holding any of that stagnant energy, and it's pushing it all towards the heart where the fascia can really open up. The nervous system can be calmed, and it helps you to regulate all of that in addition to your endocrine system, the lymphatic system. It's all starting to work. The last thing that I do, and all of these hit a meridian point within the body in connection to the organs. So if you're feeling chest congestions, or if you, all of the points that you have touched within the hand, there's a correlation into the health of the organ system within the body. So when you finish, my last one is right here on the inside of the wrist. There, you just rub, and you just rub towards the heart, and you just do this the same counts as we did, the 4 counts of 8, and you just rub this, and then you do that on both hands. And this one I know for sure really helps with the lungs, and also the cervical and the mucus and stuff that comes from the spinal drain that I have. So I use this one a lot. And this one I've had before I even found this beautiful woman of the Chinese medicine of the hands. So we've done our hands, we've done our feet. The feet you can extend even further with your hands and massaging your feet and your fascia and opening up your fascia system. And then you shake it out. Again, you do the somatic shaking. If you can move into Qigong, if you can move into Reiki dancing, all of that is just beautiful to follow this, really getting that flow into your body. Very gentle stretches, putting your hands and your feet on the earth at the same time, doing whatever movements are you're divinely guided to do. And then once we've done that and we've just awakened our body, mind, and soul, that is when we now will open up our intuitive channel. We will call in, if we are asked to do a clearing, a clear, cleanse, purify, there's some days that we're told we don't need it, and other days we're told that we do. So after that, after you've opened up your body and poured into you, that is when you would do your clearing and cleansing and calling back your energy. And then you would open your intuitive channel. This is where you open your powwow with the Divine Father, Mother, God, Source, and you ask your Akashic records, and you really ask, how can I be of service for you today? What energies am I working with today? And what is unseen to me about today? And that will give you a good guidance of today was to stand in readiness to receive. And we get that we've been getting this a lot, and we were asked to open our cosmic celestial pillar fully. Every single step that we were given and gifted to open that fully, to hold and anchor in the light and send and pulsate out love and wrap the entire earth in a hug. And then now we've had that hug set into place. All 36 colors are radiating in the halos that are coming down to meet in the heart. And we are just pulsating and pouring in love that's radiating out to the earth, and then all of her, every one of her layers and of tortal field, her magnetic field, the galactical fields and shields. And we're pulsating this out. It's like a call of love, of peace, of harmony, but it's also sending it out to the edges of the cosmos, because our pillar is connected as above, so below, but it's connected to the cosmic heart above and the cosmic core below, and the whole earth, Gaia, sits in the heart. And so when you open this pillar, Gaia is within the heart, and you are just bringing up down the 18 pillars from above, recording them, and down, and raising up the 18 pillars from below. And it's kind of squishing your heart and Gaia, and she's wrapped in all of these colors, and it's also protection. And then it's just waves and ripples of love and gratitude that's being sent out, of harmonization, of peace, of joy, that is being radiated out to the edges of the cosmos, and then it receives like kind of this like blasted boost of energy, and then it comes back to us. So we're constantly building it in the heart, radiating, sending the ripples out from the core of Gaia. It's reaching everyone and every layer upon Gaia and beyond. Then it goes, it's a conversation with cosmos of everything that's going on Earth. And then it's calling all of everyone to send that energy and pulsate it back to Earth. And that is why we are wrapped in such a huge cosmic hug right now. And then we spend the day checking into that hug just to ensure and anchoring that light into the cosmic core and the cosmic heart. And so today, the stand in readiness to receive, when I was told to come outside to bring this, to open up our powwow, to bring forth these daily rituals and just daily best practices, this is what has supported the metamorphosis over the last year. And we were given this grace of celebration about 6 months prior to August of last year to celebrate every cycle that we received. And we didn't know why, because we felt like we were pretty young to begin pre or perimenopause. In the bird's eye view, it was to pour in love and gratitude to each of those cycles, because come August, everything was going to change. And that's what occurred. So as we come up on this year of it, there has the transformation and metamorphosis that has occurred over the last 11 months or so, stepping into the womb wisdom and to that crone. And there's rainbow, it's like a remembrance sanctuary, and there's rainbow kind of tablets of remembrance. But this is ancient wisdom, advanced wisdom, galactical wisdom that's all coming through. There's every comet that we received over the last year had time capsules in it, and those are all coming online as the information is integrated. So I'm told that part of the perimenopause and the premenopause and menopause is that the fascia gets sticky, and that's why it's so important to work the lymph nodes and the fascia together, is that the fascia gets sticky. And with the changes of hormones, that also relates to it. And that I didn't know why my shoulder was about 6 months ago, I just started to get a lot of less mobility in my left shoulder, and I didn't know why, and it was just painful. And I had kept asking and questioning in my powwows, because the hardware and the reconstructiveness that was done to my cervical spine, I was told within 10 to 15 years I would have to have the hardware that was placed in there replaced. And so whenever my hands would go, or I would lose mobility to my hands if I had overdone things, my right hand I have no feeling in, and I haven't since my injury. I started to get back a little bit around the wrist, but it's just numb and tingling for the past 12 years. And when my left started to go, it was very like jarring. So I kept questioning, and I was kept being told that no, that this is not that. And in last week's trash can truths, I brought the shoulder back in because we've been doing so much work on it. And I was shown that there is scar tissue and nerve damage from the weight of the world that I was carrying for so many years. And in my career, I remember feeling inadequate to some of the roles that I was placed in. And I was the youngest store manager at the time. There was just so much filling in my trash cans, of my leadership trash cans, that I didn't feel like I would have enough time in the day. And so every day that I left work, I had this big, huge bag, and it was filled with all the stuff that I, was going to get done after the kids went to bed. And I would only sleep like 4 to 6 hours a night, if that, during that entire decade of leadership, because I always felt like I needed to do more, to learn more, that I didn't know enough. And this bag that I would carry on my left shoulder, that I was shown that it tore the ligaments and tendons in my shoulder, and it caused permanent nerve damage. And that is what is being healed in this process now, but it's bringing attention to it. So in our trash can truth, we went all the way back into our leadership can, and we were able to start upcycling those walks to the car, that this bag would come with me home. I wasn't able to leave work at work, that I would bring it home with me, and I would, kiss the kids goodbye and wait till the husband would go to sleep. And then I would sit on the couch and I would grab this bag and I would try to get more work done, or study more to understand all the things that were controllables, all of my budget, or if I had to have, if there was paperwork that needed to get done, I would do that. So then when I was at work, I could be present on the floor with my 350 employees. And I felt like I needed to do all this work behind the scenes to present myself in the mask of having it all together. And I didn't. And it was okay that I didn't, now that I see that, but we upcycled that. But that came back to this shoulder, and the core wounds and energy that it carried, not only for like all of that whole decade and more. It was the same shoulder that I carried my, hip that I carried my children on. And the hip part is always been offset because of that, the beauty of carrying a child. So we got to kind of, our inner child took us through all of that, everything that this left shoulder has been through, in addition to the weight of the world the energy of the weight of the world that it carries. And we were able to release all of that. And that brought us back to, for the Metamorphosis Monday, it was a beautiful soul who began the We Do Not Care Club. I found her in April, where she was talking about her frozen shoulder, and that it was connected to pre-menopause and perimenopause. And I was just like, what? I was kind of blown away. We had already started our Metamorphosis Mondays, and it was it was brought through as a pop of color at the perfect time. And it was, when I dug deeper into it to understand it, it was just another layer of what this the metamorphosis and the evolution that our bodies are undertaking. And so I asked for a cosmic hug for this shoulder last week, and I've since doing it. The cosmic hug has EFT tapping. It not only takes you through the frozen shoulder and the fascia and releasing any energy, carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, but it also gave an EFT tapping to release those emotions, to reprogram, and to strengthen what the shoulder is going to be used for, and its strength and the remembrance that it has within it. And it has been night and day since we did that. So I'm going to add the frozen shoulder, and just anyone with a shoulder injury, anyone who really has carried the weight of the world on their shoulders. This is going to be a beautiful cosmic hug, which weaves in the wisdom of the Akashic records, Akashic Reiki, EFT tapping that's on cosmic steroids. There's a color visualization of the colors that had come through, and they were actually, oh, interesting. There are a lot of, today I was asked to put on our grandmother peacock. So it was a lot of the same colors as I think about it now. So it has been night and day on the flexibility and the versatility of the shoulder since we've been able to do that. And we've been doing this cosmic hug pretty much every day since last week. So we've gone through daily rituals. We've gone through our essential oils. We just did a little bit earlier today. Expansion of that, the lymphatic, the fascia, the frozen shoulder. As we talked about the layering that came through, as you can see, like I have my linen sheet over, and then I also have another linen one, colors here, and then that's what it was. Okay. I was shown that in a Metamorphosis Monday, it was brought through that the vibrations of linen are going to be layering in the frequencies. And so I was guided to sustainable companies that had the right frequency of fabric to for all the linen swatches. So I was shown that just by using the linen swatches, that brings the 5,000 frequency. And this is called Modern Dane that sell the swatches. They're 6x6, and they are, I think they were $2 each. And so these will be used in healing. We'll be able to lay them across the body. We also found and resourced a linen, a company, I think it's called Visual Art, if I remember correctly, where they hand make to order, but they are linen belts. They're kind of wraps that go around the body. And we were able to source them in all these colors, and those are shown that are going to be very important going forward. So it doesn't show that you have to be wrapped in a huge linen sheet. It's just bringing the fabric into you. So whether you're wearing it on your body, in your pocket, it's bringing that 5,000 frequency to you, helps your body to weave in all of the energies that are coming in from the Schumann, coming down from the sun, from the solar flares or the corona holes. We have a ton of space weather that is arriving constantly, and that's just helping us to increase our vibration. And then lastly, I'm shown is taking us back to our SIPS, which are spiritually infused products or spiritually infused soul integration practices. All of our SIPS. So I did a video the other day that kind of showed you how we made all of our SIPs, and I drank 80% of my meals. Mondays love red. So today we're drinking our roots first. And I have probably 4 or 5 colors of juices that I drink throughout the day to get all of my nutrients. And it's about 80 nutrients. But the message is coming through across the board when it comes to spiritual guidance, that what you eat and the vibration of what you eat is going to be very important. I was shown that back in 2021, I was told that energy will be our new currency, that our breath is our language. It's how we communicate with all different star systems, all different beings of light. It's a tone and a frequency with using our breath, and that cosmic fruit and water will be our nutrients. And this keeps coming back up as we've shed over the course of the last 4 years. I have shed eating meat. Then I was guided to all stimulants, coffee, teas, aside from the clarity chai, but it doesn't have any tea in it. It's just the mix of the spices and your Ayurvedic medicines. This last couple weeks, it's been cheese and dairy, which is so sad because I love cheese. Dairy, we switched maybe about a couple years ago. We had an aversion to dairy, so we switched. When we stopped eating meat, we had lost our taste and smell when we had got COVID in 2021, and we just never went back because nothing tasted the same. And my taste and smell was gone for about 8 to 9 months, really 8 to 10 months. And I could only get sweet, savory, salty, and spicy. And that's what I would make all my drinks out of. I would really program all of the food. I need something salty. I need something sweet. I need something spicy. I need something savory. And that's how we kind of reprogrammed our subconscious mind, reprogrammed our system. And that's what we have pretty much followed still to this day. And we never went back because the taste of it never changed once we gained our taste buds back. But this transition is happening for many people, I'm being told. So you may feel like one thing worked today, but it's not working tomorrow. And you just have to listen to your body and really just follow your intuitive guidance, live intuitively. Ask, what do you need in this now moment? You may just need water. You may need a nap, and that's okay too. You just follow. Okay, it's showing me that my computer is overheating, so we've been sitting in the sun a little too long. Some more information about nutrition and the frequency and putting your rainbow on repeat is going to be so important. And the rainbow rise up, the restoring the intrinsic source energy into the universal playground is huge. It's going to be huge. And you getting in now and really grounding this energy in, sitting here within the forgiveness frequencies, Metamorphosis Mondays, is helping you to receive in the codes, colors, and keys and sit within the frequency of forgiveness, which is a high vibration, multi-dimensional frequency. And within the Akashic records, it sits within the celestial realms. So the information that's broadcasted through the frequency, and the frequency has been built over the last 5 years by adding gratitude, love, self-love, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, all of those high vibrational emotions. And then they're amplified when you add color, and every color has a vibration and a frequency. So as we are activating more frequencies every single day, we activated, I think, 35, 36 this week so far, and our goal was really to try and reach 80. So if you would like to activate your forgiveness frequency by lighting your birth flame, which is your unique color gifted to you and given to you based on color, astrology, numerology, you were really written in, your colors written in the stars, will ignite your birth flame with just your month and the day of your month of your birth and the day of your birth. I don't need the year. If you put that into the comments, we will ignite your birth flame. And once that's ignited, it ignites the keys and codes and colors within you of the forgiveness frequency. And once you've ignited your forgiveness frequency and start to fill it with self-love, with self-forgiveness, with all the colors of forgiveness, you are building the collective rise up. You are adding your frequency and energy into the rainbow rise up, which is the restoring the intrinsic source energy into the universal playground. And you get to do that by tapping into your personal color, by wearing colors, by bringing in color, by amplifying self-love with color, by amplifying gratitude with color. You are magnifying it when you do any of those things and you add color to it. And that goes with your rainbow repeats, which is all of our SIPS. Everything we put in our body has a vibration and a frequency, and we're asked to continue to layer on and really raise up and rise up our frequency as much as we possibly can. Thank you so much for joining me for this pillow pause, this Metamorphosis Monday, and this tapping into the new earth frequencies of the forgiveness frequency and allowing me to broadcast this energy and messages to you. And so it is. I'm just going to send out some waves of love and ripples of gratitude, anchor in the messages that we've received today. If you would like to receive this Akashic Reiki hug that's being sent your way, please give your acceptance to the universal realms. Hear the birds singing, the rooster crowing, the crows. And it was interesting, all those sounds that were distractions before, I didn't remember hearing any of them once we've tapped in and we started this Metamorphosis Monday. We cleared away. Beautiful, the silence. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I will see you on the other side of this rainbow. Have a wonderful day, everybody.